This story takes place 4 years ago and still haunts me to this day. It was a Christmas night, and my family was driving home from a fancy restaurant. I, unlike my family, wasn't tired, so the 45-minute drive seemed perpetual. On top of that, my little sister was constantly moaning about how her friend didn't get her anything for Christmas. After about 20 minutes of driving, my dad stopped at a gas station to get some cigarettes, and my sister, brother, and mother all got out to pee. I stayed in the car, as I had already gone before we left. Once they all left, I decided to play a few games on my phone. I looked at the car clock and saw that 10 minutes had passed by, so I immediately wondered what was taking them so long. As soon as I peered out the car window, I saw a man staring at our car. The man startled me, as I didn't know how long he had been watching. What made it even more unnerving is that he had a plain blank face. No expression was shown. It was hard to make out any features, as it was pretty dark, and he wasn't standing in an illuminated part of the station. He was about 5'9" and looked to be middle-aged. Once he saw me notice him, he started walking towards the car, and I'd be lying to you if I said I wasn't scared. Luckily, my dad came back with the rest of the family, just as the man took a couple of steps. My dad apologized and told me he had been in an argument with the cashier. I didn't care, I was just glad that my dad was with me. I took another glance at the man outside, and he was still staring at me, but this time, he had an annoyed look on his face. We drove off, and for the rest of the car ride, I couldn't stop thinking about the man. This would have been too bad if it had ended there, but it didn't. Later that night, I was watching YouTube while everyone slept, and lucky for me, a storm was raging over us. I enjoy storms. It makes me cozy as I'm laying in bed. I put my phone down and just enjoyed the ambience. That didn't last for long as I heard something smash into the window behind me. I lurched forward and nearly fell out of bed. I thought a bird had just smashed into the window. I parted the blinds, and what I saw next haunted me. I saw a man standing out by my parents' cars, looking up at my room. I took a closer look and I nearly had a heart attack. It was the same man that I saw at the gas station, only this time, when our eyes met, he grinned. Being the 14-year-old I was, I did the manly thing and screamed at the top of my lungs. My dad came running down the stairs and entered my room. "Why the fuck are you screaming?" he said. I told him about the man, and I explained everything that happened. My dad grabbed a baseball bat and told me to call the police. After 10 minutes, the police turned up outside our house and found the man in our shed. He got arrested, and that was the last time I saw him. The next day, my dad inspected the house, and we found the handle of our back door had been damaged, but not completely broken. This gives me an eerie feeling, as if he actually managed to get in. He could have harmed us, or possibly killed us.
This is my first post and first ever day on Reddit, so please bear with me when I saw Let's Not Meet. I knew I had to share one of my own not so pleasant stories. It was Christmas Eve and I was a freshman in high school. My family had been split up for some time, so normally we trade off of Christmas Day and Christmas Eve every year. And this year I had come home early from my grandparents' Christmas party, while everyone else was at my aunt or uncle celebrating at another party. When I was dropped off, my cousins offered to stay with me for a few hours, yet I declined. I thought I could watch some of my new DVDs and get some alone time in the house, which is rarely. I had noticed an unfamiliar car on the street, but didn't think anything of it considering it was Christmas Eve. Probably a neighbor's relative or something. After I got inside, I locked the door and grabbed snacks and started to settling in. I hadn't been home for than 15 minutes when there was a knock on the door. I unlocked the door and opened it only a crack to see a man standing there. Dark eyes, glasses, might be on crack, slightly overweight, and dressed casually. He didn't look like much of a threat, but my stomach dropped. He asked,
I was wondering about the car outside. Is it for sale?
I told him I didn't think so.
Is there someone here I can talk about it?
I said, and quite stupidly I might added, no, you can come back another time. I shut the door and turned the lock as fast as I possibly could. He reached for the handle immediately and started pounding on the door. I heard a string of profanities and the pounding stopped. Terrified, I was crawling on the floor to the phone, hoping he couldn't be able to see me through one of the windows. Then I heard the noises. Our house had an open garage door and led through the laundry room where the door was broken and no one bothered to fix it. Just then I heard a man yell and saw the man through the window run his car and drive off. My uncle had gotten him just in time and scared the man off. Who knows what would have happened if he hadn't made it home in time. Sadly, we didn't get the plate number and nothing ever came of it, but I'll never be home alone on a holiday again.
Thanks for watching our Christmas horror video. Help support our channel by liking this video and subscribing. Have a Merry Christmas and remember, stay safe during the holidays. Drink plenty of eggnog, eat some delicious ham, and get ready to count down till Christmas Day to open all those awful gifts your parents have in store